communism, the ideological rival of democracy and the United States. Possibly also the only thing America feared apart from immigrants and masks. In fact, they feared it so much there were periods of mass hysteria in the US between the times of the Russian Revolution and the collapse of the Soviet Union, also called the Red Scare. The first major Red Scare in the US was during 1914-1945. Near the end of World War I, Russia was having a bit of a revolution, a great communist revolution. Communists taking over a whole country and planning to spread communism around the world were particularly concerning to the US and the capitalist governments. In addition, labor strikes and targeted press in the US intensified the fear of communism. It eventually peaked during 1919-1920 when Michel Palmer ordered raids that targeted leftists and anarchists. During World War II, the Soviet Union had spies in the US. The US suspected some espionage was going on, but when it was eventually confirmed, it didn't take long for fear to grow. Immediately after the Second World War, the second major Red Scare began. This time, definitive and more upfront actions were taken. The Soviet Union's growing influence pushed President Truman to issue the Loyalty Order, which sounds like what you would think it is. All federal employees were analyzed to see if they were loyal to the government. Another effort to undermine communists was the investigation to the Hua. They exposed communists working inside the government and in the Hollywood film industry. Joseph R. McCarthy, a prominent anti-communist during the 50s, launched a series of charges and allegations without evidence. These infamous allegations earned the name McCarthyism. McCarthy investigated and questioned many people but failed to make a conceivable case, and the accusations cost many of the accused of their jobs and reputations. McCarthy's reign ended in 1954 when a skilled journalist, Edward R. Murrow, criticized McCarthy, turning public opinion against him. He was censured and died in 1957. The 50s was really the boiling point of the Red Scare and the Cold War. The Soviets finally possessing a nuclear bomb, China becoming communist, and the start of the Korean War really convinced that the communists were capable of taking on the US. This possibility was greatly exaggerated by figures such as McCarthy and J. Edgar Hoover. The period of the Red Scare lasted till the collapse of the Soviet Union. Even though it was a period of unrest and hysteria, it brought competition and great improvements that impacts today, like the space race, advances of computer tech, and the great AK-47.